Hello, hello, welcome or welcome back. Let's sit back, relax, have a snack, and enjoy. Sit at My Grave, Season 4, Sanity or Salvation, Chapter 25. I told you that was a bad idea. Now they're getting suspicious. Irritation came out with a growing distress. I thought it'd be good if we got used to staying together. I wasn't trying to make any problems for you. The other voice, timid. The eggshells were tough, but the cracks were undeniable. The silence just made things worse, at least on one end. We couldn't get a hotel, and I just thought, time alone would help us figure out what we were going to say about everything. The words were choppy. The reassuring calm was shaken. Not knowing a certain outcome did that. So why couldn't we just stay at your place? The question already knew the answer, but pried for another explanation. I have a lot to tell my parents already. I just don't want to stress them any more than they're going to be. They both knew the truth, but the relenting defeat in his voice softened her anger. Galen, I care about you, she started. That alone perked him up. I know your parents expect a lot out of you, but they seem like understanding people. You aren't the first person in the world to make a mistake. You don't have a lot of time to explain things, so you have to stop hiding, she said. A sigh followed it. I know, but it's my first year of college, and this isn't just some little mistake. Our lives are going to completely change, Carmela, Galen stressed. Yeah, she replied. She quickly spoke up again, not giving him a chance to question further. My advice is, you let them know about the suspension first. Before they get too shocked, explain that you kind of already sorted that out. It's under control at least, and it'll be less to take in if they know this was an accident and not you losing yourself out in the world, right? Carmela suggested. It sounds great, but it's not controlled. They're willing to not take away my scholarship, yeah, but there's a lot of requirements to it. Was it responsible to do whatever I could to keep my position? Or would it have been better to just ask them about it first? Galen questioned. Carmela could hear it in his voice. He wanted her help, but he mainly asked himself. He wasn't beating himself up terribly, but this was nothing to take lightly, and he understood that. He had his future set up, had taken precautions, worked hard, and now it was hinging on so many unsure things. Look, you'll never know the response until you start telling them. We have a lot more to worry about than the past right now, Carmela reminded him. He heard the chuckle he let out. At least a few good things came from it. I'm glad we're together, Carmela. I love you, Galen told her gently. It came out so smooth. It was almost as if they'd been together for way longer than what the reality was. Yeah, that's the spirit. Call me when you get settled at home, Carmela quickly replied, quickly filling the silence. This time, she hung up after, leaving Galen to worry she was getting too stressed as well. However, he got himself together and continued his way back to his house. When he got close, a sense of calm washed over him. He located the house key he was given years ago and prepared himself to go in. He decided against using it and knocked on the door, then heat surprised him a little. I'll be right there. The smile crept across Galen's face, hearing the faint voice of his father getting closer. The door swung open moments later, DeClane's own pleasant smile growing upon seeing his son, his eyes widening along with it. Galen! DeClane exclaimed. He stood in shock for a few seconds before he launched from the door frame, grabbing Galen to a strong hug, almost knocking him off his feet. Hey, Dad! Galen choked out, laughing a bit. He grabbed him, hugging him back. They pulled away from each other, Clayton clasping his hands firmly on Gallon's shoulders, giving him a small shake. "Look at you! My boy's home from college!" Clayton exclaimed, again staring in admiration. "Did you still happen to miss me?" Gallon joked. Clayton pulled his mouth into a straight line, turning away from him, folding his arms. "No, not really. I've just been taking an acting class. Pretty convincing, huh?" Clayton confessed. "Hey!" Gallon gasped. Clayton laughed again, grabbing him by the back of his neck, yanking him over to him, playfully digging his knuckle to the top of Gallon's head, covered by his cap. Why did you leave the door open?" Clayton, "just because it's getting colder doesn't mean bugs won't get in. I don't want bugs flying in and out of the house. You know, Genevieve's gonna start naming them all, and I just can't keep up fixing all those little mini plates for our ultimate dinner." Gallon rolled his eyes, still snickering. He didn't have to look up to know his mother was walking over, noticing the still open door. "Declaim, hello, did you hear what I said?" Genesis screamed. She ran over, practically tackling Gallon, hugging him tightly. "Just so we're clear, your mother missed you too," Clayton jested, patting Gallon's back, seeing Gallon grabbing at his ears, trying to bring his hearing back. "Oh my gosh, look at you. You look so grown up. Have you been eating right over there? Did you make any friends?" "Of course you did. Who doesn't like my boy? Jenny's been asking about you nonstop. Where is that girl?" Genesis rambled on. She turned her and Gallon around so she could face the open house door again. "Genevieve, come out here right now, please, ma'am," she screamed. "Mom, please." Gallon shrunk up, trying to cover his ears. "Welcome back," Clayton said lowly with a smirk. Gallon beamed back at him, then at his mother. It really was good to be home. He leaned himself down some, prying himself away from Genesis' embrace, getting himself ready to see Genevieve again.